Alphonse de Neuville was a French academic painter who studied under Eugène Delacroix. His dramatic and intensely patriotic subjects illustrated episodes from the Franco-Prussian War, the Crimean War, the Zulu War, and portraits of soldiers. Some of his works have been collected by the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg and by the Metropolitan Museum in New York. Born Alphonse-Marie-Adolphe de Neuville to wealthy parents at Saint-Omer-Pas-de-Calais, earned his degree of Bachelor ès Lettres, and in spite of family opposition, he entered the naval school at Lorient. It was there that his artistic instincts started. He was discouraged by several painters of repute, but he was admitted to work in the studio of François-Édouard Picot. He did not remain there long. He was painting by himself when he produced his first picture, the 5th Battalion of Chasseurs at the Gervais Battery. In 1860, Neuville painted an episode of the taking of Naples by Garibaldi for the Artists' Club in the Rue de Provence, and sent it to the Paris Salon. In 1861, the Garde Chasseurs in the trenches of the Mamelon Vert. He participated in illustrating the Hetzel editions of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He also illustrated La Tour du Monde and Guizot's History of France. At the same time, he painted a number of remarkable pictures: the attack in the streets of Magenta by Zouaves and the light horse Zouave Sentinel, the Battle of San Lorenzo, and dismounted cavalry crossing the Chania. In these he showed peculiar insight into military life. His full power was reached after the Franco-Prussian War of 1870–71. The long-term French reaction was revanchism, a deep sense of bitterness, hatred and demand for revenge against Germany, especially because of the loss of Alsace and Lorraine. Paintings that emphasized the humiliation of the defeat came in high demand, such as The Spy by de Neuville. He then aimed at depicting in his works the episodes of that war, and began by representing the bivouac before Le Bourget. His fame spread rapidly, and was increased by the last cartridges, memorializing an episode involving the Blue Division of the French Marines, in which it is easy to discern the vast difference between the conventional treatment of military subjects, as practiced by Horace Vernet, and that of a man who had lived the life that he painted. In 1874, the fight on a railroad was not less successful, and was followed by the attack on a house at Villers-Sexel and the railway bridge at Staring. In 1878, the painter exhibited Le Bourget, The Surprise at Daybreak, The Intercepted Dispatch-Bearer, and a considerable number of drawings. He also exhibited in London some episodes of the Zulu War. 50,000 people paid to see his impression of the defence of Rorke's Drift, which the Infant Art Gallery of New South Wales in Sydney paid a large sum to acquire. In 1881 he was made an Officer of the Legion d'Honneur for the Cemetery of St. Private and the Dispatch-Bearer and the Huns in the Battle of Chalon. During these years Neuville was at work with Edouard Detaille on an important though less artistic work, the Panorama of Raisenville. Neuville died in Paris on May 18, 1885. At the sale of his works the state purchased for the Palais du Luxembourg the Bourget and the Attack on a Barricaded House, with a watercolor The Parley, and a drawing of a Turco in fighting trim. Gallery.